Hi friends, if you are considering a move to Salt Lake City, Utah, you will want to check out the east side of Lehi City. Lehi has been transitioning from an agricultural economy to a technological economy. It is known as the Silicon Slopes. You are not going to believe the number of large recognizable companies that call Lehi their home base, like Adobe, Micron Technologies, Microsoft, Vivint Smart Homes, and Visa. In 2023, Texas Instruments announced its $11 billion investment in Utah, making it the largest economical investment in the state history. This will create approximately 800 additional jobs, as well as thousands of indirect jobs over the next few years. Lehi City is part of Utah County. Lehi is Utah's sixth oldest city, originally settled by the Mormon pioneers. Lehi continues to be the fastest growing city in Utah. The population is almost 76,000 per the U.S. Census data. The rapid growth in Lehi is due in part to the rapid development of the tech industry in the area. So here's an exciting fact. Did you know that Utah has 5 national parks? The Arches, Bryce Canyon, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, and Zion's National Park. So Zion is also known for its deep canyons and sandstone cliffs. Stay tuned and I will show you more. In this video, we are going to look at a map and we're going to explore different driving options to get you both north and south along the Wasatch Front, which is the main living area in Utah. I will share some hidden gems of places that you will want to explore. If you stick around until the end, you will get a glimpse into everyday life in the east side community of Lehi to help you get a feel for the lifestyle that you can expect. I will show you several properties with a range of purchase prices in the area so that you can see if it will fit into your budget. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Salt Lake City, Utah, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know all the juicy details about Salt Lake City, Utah living and lifestyle. I am Janet with Living in Salt Lake City. We get calls and texts every day from people just like you looking for help to make a move to Salt Lake City, Utah and surrounding suburbs. And guess what? We absolutely love it. Whether you are moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. Our contact information is in the description below. We can help you make a smooth move to Salt Lake City, Utah and the surrounding suburbs. All right, let's get started. So today we're going to start with Lehi. Lehi is located in Utah County. That's important to know if you're looking for school information, sports information, anything else. It is a 25-30 minute drive to Salt Lake City downtown, the capital of Utah, or over here to the airport. It's about the same distance. So if you want to get to the Salt Lake City airport, that's what you would do. So Lehi is just over what they call the mountain pass, and it is just right in this area. So it runs along the highway, the I-15, which is the main corridor that's going to get you both north and south in Utah. And so as you sit here, you can see that I-15 just runs right along here. The point of the mountain is right here. This is kind of how people in Utah identify when you're moving into Utah County from Salt Lake County. So Salt Lake County, Utah County. And Lehi is just barely in Utah County. It's the first city that you come to. And it is also like the Silicon Slopes, like all the tech companies. There's a large majority here on the west side. There's another majority here on the east side. So you have living on both sides, east and west of Lehi. Some of the portion in Lehi, if you've heard of Traverse Mountain, that is actually, it is in Lehi, but it's kind of on this east side. And that's like the neighborhood, but it's also been called, people refer to it, even though it's actually Lehi, they call it Traverse Mountain. So maybe one day they'll just name a city and have their own little city, Traverse Mountain. So you can see that it is trapped in some part as far as building by the Utah Lake, but that does not really affect Lehi. It really does affect more Saratoga Springs. But anyway, so you are going to love being so close to Salt Lake. And then actually, if you wanted to head south, if you wanted to go to, let's say, Disneyland Disneyland, it would be maybe 9.5 hours away. If you wanted to go to Vegas, it's like 5.5 hours away. St. George is probably like 4. So if you want to get to some warm weather or have some adventures, it's not very far from Lehi if you head south. If you go north into Salt Lake, you're going to see the canyon areas and you're going to run into like all of the amazing ski opportunities. Again, not very far, within a good less than an hour, than some really amazing ski opportunities, and hiking, biking, all the things that you want to do are really close if you are in Lehi. Okay, so I thought it would be fun. So Utah is known for 5 national parks, one of which is Zion's. And we have been to Zion's. I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful canyon. I pulled up images so that I could just show you a little bit about it. If you did move to Lehi, it would be just over 3 hours, like 3 hours and 15 minutes away from your house. And there are so many beautiful places to explore. There are some really easy hikes, actually. So if you have children and you want to take them along, then that's a great idea too. We've done it in the past, but I really like, so again, beautiful, beautiful images, worth taking the trip. My understanding is that now you can't just take the hikes, you have to get a permit, and I think that's by lottery. So you'll definitely want to check that out. And you for sure you can only go like so far into Zion's without taking the bus in there that they provide. So there's a couple snags that you'll want to make sure that you research before you go so you can enjoy your trip. But I love this blog that I found. She talks about their trip to Zion's, and you can see like just pictures from everyday person. Here, there's some beautiful waterfalls and little water areas that you can enjoy. But I love that she talks about the parking and the shuttle bus and how it is free on that shuttle bus, but you do have to park there. I think it's, Springdale, and jump on that. And then she talks about the fees to get it into Zion's as a national park. And I love this picture. Like you can really see this is exactly what the path looks like. So it is like dirt, but it's like been pounded down. Everyone's walking on it and it's kind of a red sand, but it is an easy hike if you want to go up and see the natural beauties of Zion. So it continues to break down which hike and how long they are, and if they're easy or if they are. So Weeping Rock, it's 0.4 miles round trip, and it's an easy hike. And then she goes on to talk about the moderate hike and a 1 mile round trip, the Upper Emerald Pool, which is amazing. So, and then there's the Middle Emerald Pool, which is a little bit further, and that's moderate. And then the Lower Emerald Pool, which is in between, and it's easy. So anyway, I think she gives some really, really good information. And I like that these are just a normal person's picture of Zion's. So this kind of leads to Angel's Landing. So I wanted to talk to you about Angel's Landing and my personal experience. So on one of the hikes, when you get to the top, there's this last little portion called Angel's Landing. And I'm going to show you some images because you are going to the very tip top of that mountain and you have to hold on to the chains on that very last little bit. It's not very far, but scares the bejeebies out of me. When I went years ago, it's been almost 10 years ago, and I have my older children, and then there's 10 years, and then I have my younger child. So I think she was 4 or 5, and we stayed at the bottom, but my kids with my brother, they were like, oh, we gotta go to the top. So I was like, my heart was beating fast, but I thought, oh, they're with their uncle, it'll be fine. So they went up, like you have to hold on to these chains and you have to hike the last little bit to get up to the very tip top. So just imagine, if you have a mama heart like me and you're at the base, and I was with my niece and she was little and we're running around. There's all these switchbacks. There's all this stuff going on where we were, and I let my older 2 children go to the tip top of Angel's Peak, where, by the way, people have, I don't want to be negative or anything, but there have been people who have fallen off and died. So that freaks me out, just saying. But see how all these people are holding onto a chain and then they're going up to the tip top. And yeah, so this is me with my child at the bottom. Here I am with my cute youngest, and we're taking pictures and having a great time at the base of Angel's Peak. When up at the tip top, unbeknownst to me, this is what my son is doing. Gymnastics on one of the highest peaks, and my daughter. And then my daughter thought it would be great to go to the very edge. Cool picture, but are you kidding me? She is dangling her feet at the edge of this high cliff. Obviously, my children do not have fear of heights, and that's great news. But when they showed me the pictures, I was scared to death. So anyway, Zion's is really, really, really fun. If you want to go to Angel's Peak, just know that if your children are like mine, they might scare you to death, but it could be a really, really fun adventure. So check it out if you think it would be a fun place to go. Okay, so I wanted to show you one more of the 5 national parks just because we were barely there in spring break, so in April-ish. We went, and Bryce Canyon is phenomenal. It is absolutely gorgeous. There are so many formations, and it's amazing what nature can do over time. So these are some images of Bryce Canyon. There are some really cool hikes that you can take. You can get right down in the base and you're looking up at these majestic formations, but then there's also viewpoints where you can just enjoy them if you're not interested in hiking through them. And there are a lot of different points in which they've made it really easy to start and finish a hike, or go from, like, one is from sunset to sunrise, or vice versa. You don't have to go in order. So very, very beautiful hikes, very much worth taking the trip. We enjoyed it a lot. Unfortunately, there was still some snow when we went. So these are pictures from when we just went. So it wasn't cold. It was actually really nice. It's just that with the snow, there was mud on some of the paths. So we were able to enjoy it. And we started down a hike in this area. We were coming down on a trail, and we got to a point, so we followed this trail a while, and we got to a point where it was muddy, and we're like, yeah, peace out, we're done. So a lot of people did go through the mud, and if you're like a mud hiker, excellent. I am not. So we went as far as we could, and then we're like, ooh, I don't want to get my shoes dirty. So we turned around, but we enjoyed it nonetheless. Very beautiful, very easy, nothing super hard about the hikes that we took. There's Bryce Point that's lovely as well. I mean, you're definitely going to want to check out Bryce Canyon. And then I wanted to show you where we stayed. It was called Ruby's Inn, and it's the closest to Bryce Canyon, and it's phenomenal. It has this cute little cowboy feel, and it has a pool that we enjoyed. My daughter loves to go swimming, so we went there as well, but you can see how it kind of has that Western feel to it, and the lobby is like a big cabin, and so many fun trinkets that you can get. The little store, you know, memorabilia and fun things that represent Bryce Canyon and Utah. So it was a lot of fun. I highly recommend this. Ruby's Inn is like great. It's just puts you right where you want to be in the heart of everything to get easily to all the different hikes. So yeah, this is where we stayed, and it was lovely. You might want to check that out as well. But Bryce Canyon is not far at all, just a few hours as well. So there you have it. That's a little bit about Bryce Canyon. Okay, so I just have to, if you were gonna move to Lehi, like, you must do this if you're a hiker. This one is a little bit harder because of the elevation. It is not an easy hike. It's not very far, but it does feel like it's all uphill going there and then all downhill coming back. But the change in elevation really gets to you on this one. So it's Mount Timpanogos Cave National Monument, and it's an United States National Monument protecting the Timpanogos Cave Historic District and the cave system in the American Fork Canyon. So it is in the Wasatch Range near Highland, like I said, based in American Fork. So the site is managed by the National Park Services, and my aunt, who's like a health nut, like, she would go and walk it all the time. She thought it was easy peasy, but if you ask me, I thought it was a little bit harder. She is more into sports and biking and hiking than I am. People really, really like to hike it at sunrise before the sun has risen and enjoy both the night sky and the sunrise. It is a challenging hike, like I said, but it's on a paved trail. So again, that's easy. And the only access to the cave system, if you want to see that, is by walking the strenuous 1.5 miles of that paved trail. It rises to 1,092 feet in an elevation of 6,730 feet above sea level. And the round trip hike and tour of the cave system takes about 3 hours if you want to do that. So midsummer temperatures can be around 100 degrees, which can be uncomfortable, but the caves at the top and the hike are noted for their pink and white crystals, and they have amazing formations. It is a phenomenal cave. I loved seeing it. You can see there's a certain piece that looks like the great heart of Timpanogos, and it's shaped like a human heart. And the temperatures in the cave really cool you down. They're around 59 degrees. So once you had a warm hike, you can cool down. You might want to actually bring a jacket with you or a sweater so that you can cool down in the area while you're in the cave itself. And Timpanogos Cave is said to be haunted by ancient spirits of these two young lovers. So the legend goes that a Native American warrior fell in love with a beautiful princess, and the warrior, Red Cloud, told Princess Utah that he was really a god who could save her and her people from a terrible drought if she married him. So many believe that the word Timpanogos means sleeping woman in an American Indian language. I guess that's not true. I don't know. But I was told as a child that it was named Timpanogos, like the mountain, because if you look at the mountain, you can actually see on the ridge, it looks like there's a sleeping woman there. So legend has it that if you look close enough, you can see that. And I do see it when I look at it, the silhouette of this beautiful princess lying on her back, flowing hair cascading behind her, and then her knees are bent upward. So this is where she will rest forever, watching over her village town. That's what they say. Anyway, so just some fun history. But here are, like, let's just look at a couple more of the images of the cave. It is phenomenal if you love stuff like this. Yeah, so exciting adventure to go on. Endless things to do in the canyons and around. So that is just a few that I wanted to share with you. You'll have to look into them more if you want to have an adventure here in Utah. Okay, so I've pulled up a map of Lehi so you can see how Lehi sits, again, just over the point of the mountain into Lehi. Up in this area, we're going to look at a house. This is considered Traverse Mountain, even though it is Lehi. That's how you will hear Utahns refer to it. So I wanted to show you this fun house. It is, you can see the mountainous views, like they're gorgeous, but it's listed for $789,000, and it is 6 bedrooms, 4 bath, and almost 4,000 square feet. And this one was built in 2005. So I want to show you some of these fun pictures. Okay, so in Utah, you will find a lot of crafty people. People love to do crafts. And so I thought this was interesting, like a little rag wreath here. You can see kind of some of people's decor, and these are like really popular right now. And you take a book and you rip it up and you twist it and you make it into a wreath. And here's another version of that. So you can see that there's a lot of homemade crafts in the area that are very popular. And let's just take a look at the different features in this home. Lots of offices, lots of people working from home, especially Traverse Mountain, where is the tech central, like those silicone slopes. And second kitchens, really big deal. Like I said, it's an opportunity to make some money if you want to rent it out, or it's great like if you want people to stay with you. This is a fun one. These little nooks under the stairs, people make these into this cutest little playhouses. These, they didn't really, but you could if you wanted to. And then theater rooms are so popular right now. Purple deck. I'm not sure what the significance is about a purple deck, but there you have it. Fun little place to gather. Third car garage, RV parking, and then just gorgeous views. Gorgeous views here. And see that? Kind of fun. And then there is an HOA, which has a really fun pool and a fun area that you can rent out that overlooks, I mean, it does overlook the whole valley. That's really fun. With some courts. It's all part of the HOA. It's part of that. So really fun one. So if you are, this is really, really close to Texas Instruments. It's on the other side of the freeway from the brand new Intermountain Primary Children's Hospital. That's on the west side, but close if you were considering job transfers there. So one of the fun things about showing houses is how to deal with pets. It's a very sensitive subject when I advise my clients when we're listing their home to make it look as if they don't have a pet. Because statistically, a third of people love dogs, a third of people are afraid of dogs, and a third of people are allergic. So pets become a part of the family, especially your dog. But in buying and selling, it can become an issue. There are so many heightened emotions when you're buying that when a buyer is looking at your house, it's best if you do everything possible to help them have an inviting and enjoyable experience when they're viewing your home for sale. So one time I was showing a home, and the minute I opened the door, the dog flew out. My buyers and I chased the dog all around the neighborhood, caught him, we brought him back inside. We were so afraid of losing the seller's family pet. It was exhausting. It took us over 20 minutes and made us late for the rest of our showings. So I sent the listing agent a text and let her know what had happened. I didn't, however, scold her for not telling us that there was a dog in the house and not having the dog in the kennel and not letting us to know to please don't let him out. I received a message back that said, "What dog?" Apparently, the showing agent before who showed the house actually let the neighbor's dog in the house, didn't say anything, and went about his day. Really? So I wanted to show you a little bit different area. We were looking up here, which is considered Traverse Mountain. This is just a little bit further south down on this main road. Texas Instruments is right in this area, but there are some new homes available in an existing neighborhood. If you want to see them in person, you'll want to watch my vlog video where I actually go to the site and show you, and I'll do some driving footage in that one as well. But this, I just thought I'd pick these up. There were 6 available. There might only be 3 left at this point, but it is Dry Creeks Heights by Alpine Homes, and it is a cute little area, like I said, existing neighborhood with just these few homes added in there. So just a couple pictures of this. Some really fun new construction, but as you can see, so here's that main road. Back over this way is where Traverse Mountain sits, but there was a plot of land. They took advantage and built a few homes. So anyway, there is something that you might want to check out if you're interested in new construction on the east side in Lehi. So some of the strangest things happen in real estate. I was talking with my clients the other day, and we were laughing about the situation in their old home. They had built a new construction, and it took several months to complete. In the meantime, this woman who was obsessed with my client found out where they were building. She convinced her husband to buy in the same area. She found a home with a balcony that looked right into my client's backyard. Impossible, but true. So the crazy thing is that this woman never even dated my client. She always had a crush on him, but he started dating his wife, and then they got married. And at this point, it's been years. And in fact, enough time has passed that my client has 3 young girls. And this woman is like borderline delusional. The funniest part is that every time we talk about this, the wife starts laughing hysterically until she cries. And the husband just gets really red in the face and embarrassed. So crazy but true, we did have to sell that home. They did move to another city, and now we're just waiting for the news that she's become a part of their new neighborhood again. So strange. I have so many unanswered questions, like what does her husband think of the whole obsession? Or does he even know? Like what? I don't know. Okay, so this is another really fun one in East Lehi. This is a craftsman style, a little bit different than what we saw before. This one's listed for $1,025,000, has 6 bedrooms and 4 baths, and it's almost 4,000 square feet. I think it is really cute. There are a lot of fun decor on the wall, wainscoting, and I don't even know what this would be called, but where you have the different lines on the wall, the woodwork. It's really cool. I have never seen a wall like that before. You still have kind of your gray tones that people people are either moving away from or still absolutely adore, but they do have some of the beiges and browns and tying it together. I think they've done a nice job on that in this home. Grand master bath with a separate shower, and look, nice vaults, a fireplace, very cute, grand open area where you can come together. This wainscoting is really cute. Yeah, fun flooring. I like the way that they have both those brown and gray tones. It looks gray over here, brown over here. That's a really good color right now. Moving from grays and trending to those beiges and browns again. Very clean look. I love this subway tile that has been in style for a long time and I really love it. Clean look. Again, mudroom here. People love to have a little mudroom place to drop your shoes, hang your coat, backpacks, whatever. A little bunk bed. Doesn't come with the house, but fun nonetheless. And an office. And wow, got some serious gamers here for television. Little fun playroom, gathering room. Oh, and this is really fun. This is a wet bathroom where the entire bathroom is made in such a way that it's all made to get wet. So it's really fun. And it's a great storage area. People love their storage area here in Utah. Something else that you'll find are in-ground tramps. People really love to do that. And garden areas. So in Utah, people love to try their hand at having a green thumb, planting their own fruits and vegetables. I will say I have tried watermelon, cantaloupe. I mean, I don't have a green thumb, but it is possible. I did get them baby style, but tomatoes with its variations, herbs, you know, cilantro, basil, stuff like that. You could do carrots and onions, stuff like that. So try whatever you want, but there is a season for that when it's warm enough that you can have a garden. So yeah, it's a fun one. Something that you will absolutely love about Utah is that you get 2 holidays in July. So of course we celebrate the 4th of July, and then we also celebrate the 24th of July, which is Pioneer Day. So Pioneer Day celebrates Mormon pioneers settling in certain places across the United States. The celebration is very similar to the 4th of July. Utah has parades, fireworks, lots of barbecues. People like to take vacation in July since there are 2 holidays. Typically, they're just going to extend their days off into the weekend, take an extra couple of days. Everyone loves to head to the mountains and go camping, hiking, biking, or find a little place to go fishing, paddleboarding, canoeing. The weather is hot in July, so water sports are always really fun. But as a Utahn, you will love having that extra day off in July. Okay, so this is a really fun one. It is considered to be in Traverse Mountain. It is up against that mountain side, and it is listed for just under $3 million. It has 5 bedrooms, 5 bath, and 5138 square feet, and it was built in 2021. So there are some really fun views you can see. Very, very modern house, and all the decks are to support the gorgeous mountainous views. You can see so much from this home. Hopefully we'll see those views in just a minute, but you have this covered patio down below. You have a fun fire pit. So many places to entertain in this home, and it's gorgeous design. So, and you've got your 3-car garage, a grand entrance. You can also see you're starting to see a little bit of the views here. Gorgeous deck. And very, very modern style. It looks like, I would say this was professionally designed. Maybe there is an owner that has this kind of taste, but it looks very professionally designed. Yeah, this is a very interesting mudroom. It actually has cubbies with the hooks too. Gorgeous kitchen. Very, very nice high-end appliances. Not wolf because it doesn't have red, but very high-end. You can tell. Really fun lighting. And a little butler's kitchen area. Very nice. Or second kitchen. A lot of times they will call these second kitchens, where they're hidden behind, or prep kitchens would be another way to call them. Look at the wall-to-wall, like all of your windows so that you can take advantage of those views. It's absolutely gorgeous. I wonder if they have those hidden blinds. There are these new hidden blinds that are tucked back in here, and then they're automatic and they go down and up, or maybe they just don't have blinds where they sit above everyone else. It's a fun feature too if they have that. Very gorgeous open concept, and yeah, who wouldn't want to work in their office looking straight out at those views? And they even have a climbing wall. Really fun house. Again, obviously the views are the selling point. Where it sits, a little bit of privacy. All the gold accents are very, very much on trend right now. So this is sitting up on top, looking down at those mountains in the valley. So what do you think? Is this a home where you could call home, get comfortable, enjoy those views? Lovely, very nice. So now that you can see how to get around in East Lehi in Utah, you might want to compare it to surrounding areas to see if there's a better fit for your needs. You might want to check out my other videos about the cities like Harriman, Sandy, Draper, North Salt Lake, Bountiful, Farmington, Kaysville, and more. I have been thinking about the current difficult real estate market. I believe so strongly in the American dream. I have a personal belief that homeownership is worth all the sacrifices that we have to make. It isn't always easy, but it is worth it. When I bought my first house as a single mom with 2 small children, I doubled what I was paying in housing. I was scared to death. I actually almost didn't even go through with it, but I have never regretted my decision since. Have you ever heard the difference between cows and buffaloes in a storm? Here it is. When cows see or sense a storm coming, what do? They move away from it, thinking that they can run away and it won't get to them. As a result, they end up remaining in the storm longer as they move with it. Do you know what a buffalo does? When they see a storm, they turn into and move towards the storm at a faster pace, knowing that if they face it head on, they will get through it faster and be stronger for the next one. Which one are you in facing life storms? Do you turn and run or face it and work through it head on? Recognizing that it could be a gift to make you more prepared and stronger for the next pinnacle of life. Be the buffalo. Always have determination. Be brave and strong. Protect the herd. Appreciate and respect others. Stampede through obstacles. Never, ever give up. So, what do you think? Are you a cow or a buffalo? Are you ready to take on the storm of real estate? If you would like insights into your specific situation, let's chat. I can help you evaluate the best fit for you. We can help you make a smooth move to Salt Lake City, Utah and surrounding suburbs.